Hey everyone, Restless Gardener. I'm going to be taking a quick walk about the garden today just to see how much new growth the plants have pushed in the last few weeks. I believe I said in my earlier video that we have had a very warm winter, so spring bulbs have already been coming up since probably late January. Last time I was outside a couple of weeks ago, I noticed that the hydrangeas and the javellas and the magnolias all had bud swelling. So I want to take a look at everything today and take you along with me just to see how things are coming along. I hope you enjoy. If you do, please comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks again. Okay, so we are outside now as usual. I am starting in the side yard just because it's a little bit shadier over here right now. It's very sunny out today. Sometimes that can affect filming. So I already see some daffodils. I don't think we have any tulips left in here. So we have a couple of daffodils popping, some small geraniums that stay evergreen. So let's take a look at those. And also I have some hydrangeas here. Not so sure I see anything yet. Let's see. This is a native hydrangea. Oh, I do. I think there's some buds there swelling. These don't look, yeah, there's some there. Some right up there, just below a cut. You can see that I probably made last year. So yeah, there's more bud swelling on here than I thought. Some stackies, which never went dormant. I don't know if that's an evergreen or not, but this year at least the leaves all stayed green. Now this is a blue jangles hydrangea, so this is a macrophylla, and the buds on here are definitely swelling. The laurels, the winter burn on them has been getting worse and worse, even though it's been really warm. Now I do see buds. Not as worried about these because I took a ride down to have dinner with my brother and sister this weekend, and we were down in Delaware County, and there's a lot of laurels along the main line in Delaware County people use for privacy hedges, and they all look like they were all definitely worse than mine. So I'm assuming that was just winter burn from those few cold days that we had. So I'm not terribly concerned. If it was just mine, I'd be concerned, but like I said, every other laurel that I have looked at, that I've seen driving here and there, looks worse than mine. So I'm not really upset that these are looking this bad. I'm assuming we're just going to lose all these leaves. See all the buds on these rhododendrons. These are very mature rhododendrons. They were here when the house was built. I'm not going to go into it too much, but property lines were moved here in order for our house to be built. So these were actually planted by my neighbors and are now on our property. But they're big, they're beautiful. We also have this holly. I believe this is an English holly because it's a little bit darker than a American holly. They had that cut down, I believe. I'm not sure how long before we moved in because it was getting really rangy. That's what they told me, but it has, I guess cutting it down did not work because it is, I think it's beautiful. Now yes, it does need to be pruned. I see a couple of red berries in there, so I'm assuming it's a female, but I think it's a beautiful holly, and it has really, really grown up. You can actually see the old stump in here. Let me see if I can get that. So there's the old stump, and then you can just see how much has grown out of it. There's even a piece of the old stump on the ground there that must have rotted and fell off this winter. And it now just looks like a mature holly. And I don't know, I think it's beautiful. Like I said, some of it does need to be, we do keep it trimmed up, especially on this side where the boxwood hedge is. Try to keep the rhododendron a little bit trimmed up. Looks a little bit more open than it was before. So I'm not sure what's going on in there. But this is another very mature rhododendron with buds all swelling. We have some heucheras that look horrible because the deer have eaten them. So note to self, next winter I would need to protect these heucheras. Although I think I do see, let's see if I can get down in there. That's a green leaf. Couple. So hopefully that's a good sign. These are twist and shout hydrangeas. So these are a serrata hydrangea. The buds have been swelling on these for weeks, and I really need to cut these back. These bloom on old wood and new wood, so I can come in here and cut them back now, and in theory not sacrifice any of the blooms. And I might do that. These are the Davella I was talking about. These two have had buds on them that have been swelling for weeks. So again, I need to come and cut these back because this one in particular has gotten a little bit taller than the other three. It's almost as tall as me. I'm 5'2", so I feel like I want to cut that back. Let's take a look down here again real quick. A little bit squishy out here today because we again had rain yesterday. No snow, just rain. I feel like this azalea looks worse and worse every year, although it's gotten bigger. The deer really do a number on it. I chopped these hydrangeas down by, azaleas down by quite a bit a few weeks ago because they were just getting out of control. I found the tag for these over the weekend. I was organizing all my plant tags. They're supposed to be 2x2. I'd say they're about 4x4. Here are the evergreen, these are geranium purple hue. Still a riope. This laurel really needs to be cut back. I've already done it several times. Here is daffodils. I believe there's a hyacinth in here as well. I'm not 100% sure. It's another hydrangea macrophylla. Some buds swelling on it, and the green you see back in there is all daylilies. And some weeds. Quite unbelievable since we keep trying to get rid of these daylilies. Here's some more daffodils. I believe that's a hyacinth. Not sure what that is, but some sort of spring bulb. This azalea, we moved this hydrangea last spring because it was growing into this azalea. So this azalea is kind of lopsided, which is a shame because it's got really pretty orange flowers and dark foliage. I hope it fills in a little. Let's see, we have more bulbs out in this little shady area. That is a clump of daffodils that I think we planted very early on, so they've been there for a while. These we just planted last year, some daffodils and tulips and hyacinths. Same here. And we have some woodland phlox that stays evergreen. That clump's been getting bigger over the years, which is nice. Some hellebores. I cut back a little bit, but not much. I feel like I should have cut this one back some more. That one looks much better. You can see all the buds on there. And here's that woodland phlox. That will bloom in probably May. Late April to May. We have some muscari here. I also have some pink lily of the valley in here. You can't really see any evidence of that yet. They are late bloomers. They don't show their heads until a little bit later in the season. Get this closed. It's very dry right out in that bed because of that huge maple tree. So hopefully those lily of the valley come back. They need quite a bit of moisture. Here is a climbing rose, which has some buds on it as well, which I'm glad to see because this poor thing, it was an impulse buy, so it got moved around quite a bit. But it looks like it's coming back. This one side's just completely dead, unfortunately. It was a big, beautiful rose when I bought it. Unfortunately, like I said, impulse buy. So by the time I found a good location for it, it had been moved around quite a few times. The deer decimated it once. Here is our magnolia, which you can see the beautiful buds on that. Planted it in 2020. Did not bloom 2020, 2021. We haven't seen it bloom yet because despite it being so warm, especially right now, the climate pattern the last few years has been for us to get a late freeze. And unfortunately that means we don't get any magnolias flowers. Because even though this particular magnolia is hardy to zone 5, the buds can get frozen very easily. It looks like it's crooked, which it's quite possible. Some of the winds we've had through here. See more bulbs over here. Still have a lot of cut back to do. Did get a lot of it done, but still have quite a bit to do. And you can see the daylilies already. Some of them are just really, really pushing. We have some more daffodils up there. More daffs here. And a couple of hyacinths. I do have native camassia planted up here too, and in the bed out front near where the hellebores are, but I think that comes out much later. So I'm not really seeing any evidence of that yet. And there's some more daffodils up in that bed. Some of them, oh wow. Let's go take a closer look because one of them actually looks like it's getting ready to bloom on February 24th. A couple here. Tulips and hyacinth there. Let's see if we can get in close to that. That is probably a purple hyacinth because I like purple best. But yeah, daffodil up here. It's blooming. February 24th, and we have daffodil blooms. On that high note, I think I'll end the video here. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.